The following is a paid program.
What about the state of Trinidad and Tobago? What is the state of Trinidad and Tobago after 5 years of a government run by Mrs. Kamla Persad Bissessa?
And you know we are very proud of what we have achieved. Yes? In 2010, before we came into government, under the PNM, Trinidad and Tobago was in decline. There were thousands unemployed. And there were families struggling just to make ends meet. And you know, people, as Monilal told you, people actually fleeing the country with the murder, the mayhem and the kidnapping, the violent crimes at all levels. But in 2010, May 24th, we came together united to end that sad state of affairs.
I didn't come here for Bacchanal tonight, but since Bacchanal didn't leave me, since Bacchanal didn't leave me, it's Bacchanal you shall get. And I want to apologize to Maruga very early. Tonight is Bacchanal time.
And so, through hard work, through difficult times, my government turned around and we delivered stability and progress. I ask you to look at our country that we live in today. Everywhere you go, there is unprecedented development in every arena of human endeavor. I am driving here tonight, coming here to this meeting, and we can see this road, Tim, all of this coming along, highway. It is like a mini highway along this road coming into St. Helena. The roundabout, the road, the new motor vehicle building. And it's not just here in Caroni. It is everywhere. Work like a boss.
Mrs. Kamla Persad Bissessa has thrown the opposition leader out of the parliament. And when Mrs. Persad Bissessa threw the opposition leader out of the parliament, one of the consequences of that is that I will no longer be paid by the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago. So I am waiting for the president to ask him one question: who is going to pay me?
Let us be honest and real. They always say those who have eyes to see, let them see. And those who have ears to hear, let them hear. And those of us mouths to speak, let us speak. 90% of our manifesto promises of delivery, infrastructure, education, health, social services, 90% delivered. And serious crimes have decreased. In 2010 and 2011, we worked hard. We had to revitalize our country. There was a steep economic decline under the PNM. We then succeeded in achieving growth in 2012, 13, 14, and now in 2015. We were able to stabilize our economy that was in negative growth. First to stabilize, then to recover, and then into positive growth. And you know, even with the fall in the price of oil, we ensured we kept our economy on track by making sure there was a continuing investment from global companies like Shell, BP, Mitsubishi and others. And so, not only investment in our country, but you know what? More jobs too. More jobs. In our 5 years, we have brought the unemployment rate down to 3%, single digit.
We're not hearing Dr. Rowley, we're not seeing we're not hearing from the MPs that's going up, we're not hearing no policies, we're not hearing nothing. And so stop listening to Jack Warner because somehow I just fed up by it.
Six minutes after the hour of 6 o'clock. Welcome to the election platform with yours truly, the Gladiator. Welcome all and sundry. If you are cleaning your ear, wondering whether you're on the right station, yes, you're on the right station, and you're listening to the election platform. So your question to the president is when you're getting paid. You had all opportunity when the motion came to Parliament, the no confidence motion, when it came to Parliament on the question of your reckless behavior. And when I speak about your reckless behavior, I speak about the email gate scandal, bacchanal, that you partake, that you fermented and put on fertile grounds of the minds of the fanatical mob of the People's National Movement Party. Yes, Rowley. You knew what you was doing, and you knew what that would have led to with regards to the PNM mob, especially the sycophants. And I'm not speaking about the intelligent ones, I'm speaking about the sycophants. Here it is in one of the newspaper. You have this born again fanatic of the PNM. Yes, Julia Davy. When I was warning PNM members of that character, they paid no heed to the lone voice in the political wilderness about the mischief and mayhem that woman would cause the PNM. But I put the blame on the Women's League. I put the blame squarely on the Women's League of the PNM and also the leadership of the PNM. They are responsible for the conduct of Julia Davy. The activities of Julia Davy on the Mugabe radio station was appalling, but was pleasing to the leadership of the PNM party and the Women's League. She was buttressed and supported with a job paying her approximately $10,000 a month, where she can go on Charlotte Street and gossip from morning to afternoon. Yes, that Julia Davy. Who gave her the work? The Port of Spain City Corporation gave her the work.
because the Port of Prince City Corporation is being run by the PNM. This character, who according to the newspaper, when they use the term self-proclaimed PNM activist, that's how they describe her. She came in the PNM, she blew you away to the echelon, and she has the cell number of the political leader of the PNM party. The Mugabe radio station allowed her to come on an early morning. They gave her title to strengthen her evangelism, to propagate the propaganda, the racist propaganda of the leadership of the PNM party. This self-declared PNM activist only listens to one person and no one else. That one person is Rowley. Her actions are being condoned by the PNM's Women League, because you have a PRO who is also a member of the Women's League, and whatsoever she says on a morning, even if it goes down the road of attacking the reputation and character of Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar, her actions, her statements are being condoned by the Women's League. This woman, who has no moral authority, this woman called Julia Davy, who has no moral authority, gave herself the audacity to attack Anna Dionarine. She called a scumbag a devout Catholic. Jack Warner is a devout Catholic. That scumbag, with all these allegations hanging over his head, that scumbag who took over $750,000 US from poor black African people of Haiti is a devout Catholic. You see the level of madness? And it goes to show you the conspiracy of the leadership of the PNM party and their connection and the Russia from Russia with love with Jack Warner, while they continue to fool the membership of the party. Not all, because I am not fooled by Rowley's leadership. I know fully well that he's not fit for office. But hear this here. You see, many of you or the listeners don't know the kind of person you're dealing with. When it comes to Julia Davy, in October 2008, they chased out a beat him They call her a snitch because she complained and report of the doings down at Beetham. And the same person she co-hosts on a weekend program, she told me that that person was in bed with Sean Francis, and that person is conspiring to destroy her. This envious woman, this envious, spiteful, arrogant woman of similar nature of the leader of the PNM party, Rowley. Yes, you Rowley. She entered into many social groups to sneak into the PNM party. In September 2010, she formed a group called the Social Group Troops, until the membership of that group saw that she was not on the mission of the membership, but on her personal agenda, but using the ordinary man to buttress her ego and to leapfrog into the echelons of the party she was once a member of, the Partnership Party. In June 2012, the same Julia Davy, she formed a group called Country First. But people knew that she was a woman of disaster and a woman of confusion and bacchanal. They ignored her because they knew that she was on a mission and she was not a stable person. Yes, that's Julia Davy. Looking to wheel and wind herself into the PNM party. And it was in June 2012, the same month, the same year, that Julia Davy went and become a member of the Round Table. She finally got through. She finally got through in coming very close to Keith Rowley. But the foolish man does not know the character Julia Davy is. That same girl, Julia Davy, is going to haunt the life of Rowley very soon. I told people at the Mugabe radio station, she goes all over the place and brag and demonstrate to people how close she is with Rowley. She will text Rowley and Rowley will text her back. This racist Julia Davy, yes you are. Your writings alone, your writings alone is questionable. All those writings are questionable. But in due course of the time, the public will get to find out who are the real persons behind those columns that you write for the TNT Mirror. Because although you have a hot mouth, you're not an astute writer. You're not that at all. Somebody writes those columns. Somebody in the executive of the PNM does write those racist columns on the internet, on your Facebook page, and on the news, on the TNT mirror. You are just being used as a pawn, and it's only a matter of time when you're going to squeal. And the whole of TNT would be shocked to know that nasty, dirty, stinking racist, who's going to be one of the pillars that prevents PNM from forming the next government. Here it is, being a very envious woman. Don't want to see a young person move up the ladder at all. You and Madam Felicia, Sean Felix. Yes, you. Every day I'm going to deal with you. And you see them two drag queens are coming for them, coming to the end of this program here. Drag Queen Deep South and Drag Queen Village are coming for you all. Yes. This Juliet Davy, you don't have the moral authority to condemn Anna Dane. You start attacking the Prime Minister, making racist remarks against the Prime Minister. I told all you already, I buy over the fight. I buy it over because y'all are going too far. And part of the PNM propaganda, is to push race. Very soon, I will mention the name of a prominent member of the PNM executive who told me that they are using an Indian financier in the PNM party. And when I raised the question why y'all are using this East Indian man, the response was that the money is from the assets of Dolce. The PNM party is running a campaign with Dolce money. The person who spoke to Gladiator last year, in the last quarter of last year. I won't give you the hint as yet, but very soon I'm going to expose it. That person, in my presence, was called a coolie opportunist. Yes, I wasn't surprised because I know that individual, that executive member of the PNM, is a racist to the core. And that person say that the leadership of the party knows fully well that the money that East Indian man is spending is money of the Dolce estate. More to come very soon. This woman, wait, let me play a clip because look, I'm getting wax warm here. Let me play a clip of this woman, this racist Juliet Davy, because I have more to say about her. Play that clip.
The situation is this. If the PNM is to win the election, every time we come on the frequency, all we are hearing is about Dr. Rowley's leadership and questioning Dr. Rowley's leadership. Now, wait, Sharon Felix, if you are telling me that in the last 4 years of this government, we are looking to go back into power. And at this juncture, the only thing we can find in this scenario is to talk about Dr. Rowley. That could never help us to get back in government.
Yes, that is only one. This girl, this consummate racist to the core, very envious, fought down Aisha Wells, fought her down an African girl, as Aisha Wells sought to become a candidate for Port-au-Prince South. The vicious, stinking, dirty, nasty attack was levied against Aisha Wells. But she was a lone warrior in the filthy bosom of the Mugabe radio station. No one could have spoke to that lady. No, I use the word lady. Twat, twat. Take back that. Yes, that's scumbag. One of the most ugliest talk show hosts and columnists in this country. So she wants to attack Anna Deonarine, all because Anna Deonarine went on a platform last week at St. Helena's Junction. Yes, this Julia Davy. You see what they want to do? Their mission is simply this: bully people, put pressure on anybody who's supporting the Prime Minister. Well, if it's one person they can't put pressure on, it's me. They might put pressure on Aisha Wells. They might put pressure on all the other PNM people. Well, I know they can't put pressure on Barry Garcia at all. And he will be here tomorrow because he has a lot to say. They put pressure on any person who's trying to drift away from the PNM party, because many of them are saying that they are not going to vote for Rowley at all. Rowley will never be Prime Minister of this country. Your days are numbered, Rowley. Julia Davy or no Julia Davy, racist Davy or no racist Davy, you will not become Prime Minister of this country. Not even Jack Warner is able to help you, because more members of the RP are resigning. Yesterday I received a call from two ILP women. Say, Gladiator, you say last week was 5 people left ILP. It's more than 5 people left the ILP. They are fed up. And now that they're hearing about from Russia with love, let's hear again. This racist who is working and paid by the PNM to push a racist agenda in this country. Let's hear.
You still questioning after this government came in 2010 and make a whole heap of promises to you. After they came and they took the moral high ground that the PNM was not fit to run this country, and we've seen that they are 100 times, a million times worse than the PNM. You want to come to tell me about Dr. Rowley every morning and every evening? No. I don't want to hear about Dr. Rowley. I want to hear when we're going to move Kamla Prasad-Bissessa and this government.
And you see, when she made that statement, which was aired on national radio, the Bollard Rasta didn't condemn her. The Bollard Rasta did not condemn her. Rowley did not condemn her at all either. Because it's all part of the agenda. It's all part of the agenda. make her a collateral damage user because she's that illiterate and dotish, and then dump her. Now she's attacking the PNM party. They may know what trouble they brought when they accepted that girl called Julia Davy. But I blame Madam Fallacious also, because she found the fire and encouraged her and gave her the strength and bless her. Like some of these pastors, not pastors, fraudsters, trying to defraud old pensioners in the night time. This Julia Davy, yes, you want to attack the Prime Minister. You want to attack Anna Dionoren, but let me tell you this. The time has come for people to know who you are. At no time can anyone discover on the Punch, the Sunday Punch, a picture of Anna Dionoren and a picture of Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar, naked or half naked. You, Julia Davy, in the 1980s, your means of earning a livelihood was stripping naked in the Sunday Punch. Oh, you want to know Gladiator? Know that? Well, you know that I know that. You know I know that. You know, if it's one person knows that, it's Gladiator. All of we live down beat them. All of we live down beat them. And I know your files. I tell all of you, leave the Prime Minister alone. Leave the Prime Minister alone. You people who claiming to have moral authority and spirituality, y'all are nasty, filthy, and dirty. You gang up with Madam Fallacious and you fight down Aisha Wells. You box she left, right, and center. Cough her in her belly. Frustrate the young lady. Oh, she have no right to go up against Marlene MacDonald. Fighters stink and nasty. Here it is. You want people to be fanatics, and they must close their eyes and vote a dictator into government. You're gonna be mad. And this man depending on you to mobilize people, and the manner in which you want to mobilize people is to have them blind and be fanatics. You have these two illiterates, advocates and acolytes of the PNM propaganda, want people to follow them. Let's hear them. Let's hear them. They want to hear Jack Warner. Let's hear them.
Mr. Warner is doing all his meetings and broadcasting them. I want to hear what he had to say. I want to hear it fast. I want to hear. There are things that I've learned between about 3 or 4 weeks now that we would have never known. And yes, while we say, oh, we have that long time, I still want to hear. I want to hear.
I didn't come here for Bacchanal tonight. But since Bacchanal didn't leave me, since Bacchanal didn't leave me, it's Bacchanal you shall get. And I want to apologize to Maruga very early. Tonight is Bacchanal time.
Every crook in this country, every drug dealer, every kidnapper, every vagrant is a product of the PNM.
Madam, we want to hear Jack Warner day and night. Good for you if you don't want to hear. That's your business. We want to hear Jack.
It's Bacchanal time.
Yes, you want to hear Jack Warner. Yeah, you, Port of Spain, countryman dance. at the level, look at the naked level of illiteracy. You hear the naked level of illiteracy of the highest order. Because of the pact from Russia to love with love. From Russia with love. Signing the pact with a scumbag in the event he fall out with the government. He wants to give my leader prime ministership when my leader is not ready for it as yet. Yes. I don't care what some of you people say. No, I know some all are vexed. But let me tell you all, my issue is with the leadership of the PNM party. I am not going to sit by and condone this man's behavior and conduct. This spiteful, arrogant, wicked leader, Rowley. He don't give a damn about poor people at all. But using Julia Davy, condoning the action of Julia Davy. But let's hear the next one, who up to now he have not made no condemnation, have not directly condemned his statement. Let's hear him. Let's hear the ball of Rasta.
I knew it was impending disaster. That is the leadership she provides. That is why she can't tell none of them nothing. And all of them is alligator from the same murky lagoon.
Race talk. Play it again. Let's hear the level, the filthy level of racism from the ball of Rasta.
Impending disaster. That is the leadership she provides. That is why she can't tell none of them nothing. And all of them is alligator from the same murky lagoon.
We want you, Rowley. Now, we know that you're very reckless. We know that you don't have leadership quality at all. But for the least, we don't want no general statement that the PNM condemns any racist statement in the election campaign. Before the Prime Minister announced the dissolution of Parliament, racist comments were being made on the Mugabe radio station. Don't do as if you do not know of those racist comments. Because if you didn't listen live to the programs, someone would have told you. And the person who would have told you was the bald Rasta. Because he's your ears and your eyes. We want you to publicly condemn Fitzgerald Hines, call his name, and call Julia Davy's name, and go by extension and revoke his nomination as a candidate for Laventille West. You remove a man, Nylian Hippolyte, to sell to this nation a non-performer, a person who only have lip service, who only give people lip service in Laventille, who has nothing to offer. Nothing to offer. But only give lip service. Hines must be condemned. And his appointment as a prospective candidate for Laventille West must be revoked. If you are serious that the party condemns all manner of racism, all levels of racism, all subtle levels of racism, we, the membership of the PNM, we are calling on you to revoke the nomination of Fitzgerald Hines as candidate for Laventille West. Coming back to you, Julia Davy. Speak about your past. Anna, do you know I never attack you? She never attacked you. She never went into your personal past. You see, all her past filthy and nasty and stink and dirty. When you used to be on the Sunday Punch for all to see, Yes, you, Julia Davy, on the Sunday Punch, skinning up yourself, showing your body. Was there anybody vexed with you? Did anybody harass you? Nobody can tell you nothing because according to you, you're looking for your little hustle. On another issue, you, Julia Davy, you have a gambling habit, a serious gambling habit. And that's the problem that the Women's League would be faced with just now. The little piece of money you will collect, you love to go and gamble it out on our Peter Avenue. Why don't you tell people about it? Why don't you write about your gambling habit? But you want to attack the Prime Minister. You want to attack Anna Dionarine. You want to attack them. But you have this nasty gambling habit. Your body have retired of no longer any use. The Sunday Punch don't need you anymore at all. So you want to take out all your frustration on little Aisha Wells, on Anna Dionarine, and Kamala Persad-Bissessar, all to force this leader on the population of TNT. That would not happen. So this was the pact from Russia with love. In October 2010, two leaders, the trade union leaders, they call themselves round table, all to sampat and raid the mind and psyche of the Prime Minister. If you don't achieve with your objective, why it is Rowley have not come out and condemn or refute the statement by Dr. Rudal Monilal? Let's hear what Dr. Rudal Monilal say. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
From Russia with love, I fly to you.
I want to bring Keith Rowley to answer a question tonight. It has come to our attention and we are asking the question. In October 2010, we were in government. Jack Warner went to Russia in October 2010 to meet Putin, the leader of Russia, concerning the World Cup. I want to ask Keith Rowley tonight whether Jack Warner telephoned him from Russia. Oh Lord, you get silent here now. Jack Warner, did you call Keith Rowley in and around the 20th of October 2010 from Putin's office in Russia, in Moscow? And if you did, why did you call him? What was it? Was it from Russia with love? What was it? From Russia with love? But I will tell you, at that time there was a lot of talk in the atmosphere by our enemies that the government will not last. And tonight I want to ask Keith Rowley whether Jack Warner sought his support for CONCACAF in the event that CONCACAF support Russia's bid to host the World Cup. Because Warner, feeling there may be a change of government, having no confidence in his own government, whether or not he asked Keith Rowley to support CONCACAF's bid to support Russia. Because they talk in October 2010 and he was in the office of the President of Russia. Keith Rowley has to explain from Russia with love.
From Russia with love, I fly to you.
Today, Jack is trying his very best to deliver the government to Keith Rowley. And that is what you must stand strong and you must prevent.
I've traveled the world to learn I
And that is what you have to answer, Rowley. From Russia with love, with this scumbag. You playing a lot of games, you know. Serious games, you know. This is why the PNM party is split down the middle. And it's for this reason many people are not going to vote for you in the next general election. I, for one, will not be voting for you. And in the days to come, prominent PNM persons will be coming on the Gladiators program to tell it all to the nation why they're not going to vote the PNM. And I'm speaking about PNM people. We are doing this on behalf of Patrick Manning. You brag about the Obia and let's go to what? Pla. Yes? You're born in Mason Hall. And next to Mason Hall is Letiko Koto. Bragging about the Obia against Patrick Manning, a person who suffered a stroke. But your time is coming, because on September the 7th, on the night of September the 7th, on the night of September the 7th, you're going to get a rude awakening, and it's going to bring back memories in 1996. Yes, you remember 1996? When you broke down in tears, you only. You bought about 7 suits to put on the day of the election, the internal PNM election in 1996. Jackie Lazarus had also rubbed your back because they couldn't withstand the defeat. You was in tears. You only. You're going to get a rude awakening on September the 7th. And those people who you have around you will betray you. You're too hardened. You're too hardened. You're too arrogant. Spiteful. Now let me deal with these 2 drag queens. You have one who was a bad drag queen in the 70s and 80s. Yeah. Deep South. Yes. When she come in, she high heel shoe on Frederick Street. Yeah. And she was in competing with the names like Erica, Betty White. You know them, Deep South. You know all of them. Yeah. What has happened? What happened to you, Deep South? Yeah. I got the judgment, Deep South. Village, the next drag queen village. I got the judgment. You want to know what is the judgment? I got it from the U.S. Supreme Court. They handed it down last week. They handed it down last week. These 2 drag queens fighting up with Polly, fighting up with all those pensioners who trying to call on a radio program on the Mugabe station in the morning. Yeah? They cannot get in because these 2 drag queens want to hear their voice. But what a sellout, Deep South. He eternally pregnant. That big belly. Eternally pregnant. Making babies since 1970. You, Deep South. When you see a calling in the morning, explain why you took a 12-year-old schoolboy to the cemetery during school hours. You must tell Madame Fallacious that. You. Well, I want to cuss up the Prime Minister. And all the house nasty, filthy, and stink. You see what happened with y'all? Y'all don't really know who all are dealing with, you know. You deep south, and that hoe who called herself village. Well, let me tell all of this. Saucy Pow take over all the role, you know. Saucy Pow young and fresh. All they get old, withered. To this day, pregnant. Pregnant for who? Yes, you deep south. You love it in the deep. Yeah, you love it in the southern deep. Nasty, dirty, and stink. The lines are open. 222-8255. I say again to you, Julia Davy, you have no moral authority, and it's only a matter of time the PNM will dump you. Vengeance of Moko for what you did to Aisha Wells is falling on you. Good evening. Good evening. This post not ready. I don't have time to waste at all. People know that you don't really write for the TNT Mirror. This person, this politician who writes for the TNT Mirror, I know it's only a matter of time you, Julia Davy, will expose them. Because when they can't get away, you're going to call that person's name. Good evening, caller.
Good evening, Gladiator.
Good evening.
Princess Tong here, and very informative program. Thank you again for your discourse, for bringing enlightenment and information to the public. But Gladiator, on a very sensitive and emotional issue here. You know, I have never supported the PNM, Gladiator.
Yes.
But when we learned of the illness of Mr. Manning, and we heard of his sudden illness, we felt very, very sad. I mean,
yes,
he is a former Prime Minister, a long-serving member of Parliament. And we all felt very sad. I mean, nothing wrong with the cut and thrust of politics, but we will never wish anybody
he went Lekato.
No wickedness.
Yes, you go in Lekato to walk up here to make a man get stroke, and you're boasting about it on the platform. But tonight you want to hold a meeting because you're trying to amend it and to spin it.
That is a criminal act.
Yes.
Of the worst, even in war, Gladiator, there are certain rules you don't break.
It's nasty.
In war.
It's nasty.
It is most disgraceful and shameful that a man who wants to be Prime Minister should descend to that level.
Yes.
You understand? We still feel sorry and sympathize with Mr. Manning for his illness, and we wish him the best that he can recover and still make some contribution to Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you. You going to Lekato and bragging on a platform, boasting on a platform, and when Gladiator open his mouth, you go on a platform. I have instructed my attorneys to file legal action against Gladiator. Yeah, as if somebody afraid you, as if I afraid you. Yeah, you just want to answer questions in a air-conditioned room. That's what you just say. Anybody want to know about my past must first be sued and then pose questions to you in a court of law. Good evening, caller. Good evening.
Good evening, Gladiator. Gladiator, I just want to tell Richard Norrie and the whole bunch of them, just like how Keith Rowley brought down Patrick Manning and the PNM, very soon he's going to bring all of them down. Thank you.
And that's what's going to happen on election night. It have a man with a microphone waiting. That person called me yesterday. That person said they're waiting on election night to say all what they want to say of Rowley, because they know fully well and they are seeing the writings on the wall that the PNM is not going to win the next general election. It's too late. It's too late. Good evening, caller.
Yes, Glady. Good evening. Glady, I have a question for you.
I answer no question. Next. I ain't answer no question at all. What the hell? All I want to change my program. This is not Jack Warner program. You're not going to set no agenda for me at all.
Yes, good night, Gladiator. Gladiator, Lewanton in the house. Gladiator, when I hear Mr. Rowley say that about Mr. Manning and I is one of the undecided, eh?
Yes.
Gladiator, I can't vote for PNM. I can't. And I'm telling these PNM people tonight, if all they go and pack up that meeting, always say about Mr. Manning, all you know good just like he.
Thank you. But family, let me tell you, let not your heart be troubled. Because many of the PNM people, the party is split down the middle. The party right now, as we speak, is split down the middle. The PNM right now is in serious trouble. I'm not lying, I ain't making up that. Rowley's aware of it. Rowley is fully aware of it. He's fully aware that the issue that he raised on the platform at Pigot's Corner have brought condemnation of the highest upon him. How can you go on a platform and make such pronouncement? Oh, you from Mason Hall and you Boston, a village reputed with black magic making pact with the devil Obia. You boasting about that. You ain't boasting about Moriah. You ain't saying Moriah is close to Mason Hall, but Lekito is close to Mason Hall. That's the level of your dirty, nasty mind. Evil. Good evening, caller.
Yeah, good evening. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to tell everybody in the country to vote. When they go to vote this election and make sure they know what they're voting for. And it's only one man to give everybody what they want in this country at the end of the day. And the initial is GW.
You trying to thing. Well, I nothing. At least you know you didn't sound effective at all. You didn't sound effective at all. I mean, some people will have energy in it, but you know that Jack Warner is not going to make it at all. I mean, Jack Warner, as you see, I played all three leaders. Jack Warner says he's out for Bacchanal. That's what he said. He's out for Bacchanal. He's not about winning no election and holding prominent people who are still members of the ILP to ransom. You know why? Because they have fear that if they go against Jack Warner, he will dirty their name on a platform. Good evening, caller.
Good evening, Gladiator. I'm Trinidad and Tobago. Gladiator, you know, some years, when in 1991, I believe, when PNM was in power with Patrick Manning, remember he ran a commission inquiry into the Cleaver Housing Development, and he said he didn't please with the findings, and he has to redo that. And then not only that, too, he didn't really get to do it because he was out of office. Now, tell me something. I don't mind PNM, but not under that man. That man is heavily tainted with the Scarborough Hospital, with Land 8, with all these things. This is the kind of man, Gladiator, people want to put for the Prime Minister to represent me. With all these tainted things are wrong. You understand what I'm saying, Gladiator?
Thank you. This man, Rowley, in 1991, when the PNM won the election, he tried to bully the Prime Minister Patrick Manning, to become the Minister of Energy. How many of you are aware of that? You, Rowley. Tell me if Gladiator lying, huh? Answer the question. Did you ask Patrick Manning to make you Minister of Energy, and when Manning turned you down, that is when you got mad vexed with Patrick Manning? Maybe you didn't hear what I said. In 1991, when the PNM won the election, the question is, didn't you ask Patrick Manning to appoint you as Minister of Energy? And when Manning refused to give in to your request, that's when the hate built up against you and Patrick Manning. I'll leave you with that to answer. Until tomorrow, people, I'll be having Barry Garcia coming in, because tomorrow we are going to deal specifically with the concerns and issues of the split within the PNM party and the Rowley issue. The time has come to expose you.
was a paid program.